Upon pulling the Master Sword, reloading your save file will start you in the Temple of Time. We no longer start off in Kokiri Forest. Also, whenever you reload, it's worth heading back because you can speak to Sheik. To save the forest girl, you need another skill. Head to Kakariko Village. He just reminds you of what exactly your goal is right now, but yeah, you could also see he is tiny. What the hell? He looks like not just shorter, he looks like uncannily smaller. You're never really meant to interact with him outside of cutscenes, so I guess they just didn't think to make his proportions, like, normal. I didn't realize how tiny he was, Jesus. Also worth noting, you can still stun Redeads using the Sun Song. If you just don't want them to bother you at all while you're in town, go for it. And last, like, little thing. Anytime you want Epona to come to you while you're on Hyrule Field, just play Epona's song. There are some specific instances where she won't respond, but usually she'll come running. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we woke up 7 years later and rescued Epona at Lon Lon Ranch. And also rescued the ranch in general. This time, we're going to be taking Sheik's advice and heading into Kakariko Village. It's been 7 years. Let's see what's happened here in that time. The music here isn't playing. The music here has changed pretty subtly. As a child, the music here was an acoustic version of this song, whereas it's an orchestral arrangement as an adult. It's a change that apparently not everybody recognizes. I know as a kid I didn't. I knew there was some change, but I've said this already in this series. When I'm making a comparison, I really need to see or hear something side by side to realize a difference, and yeah, it just never really happened that way for me until recently, so yeah. Look at this guy! Ever since he escaped from Hyrule Castletown, he's become even more timid! I tell you, I saw him! I saw the ghostly figure of Dampe, the gravekeeper, sinking into his grave! It looked like he was holding some kind of treasure. He's so scared that the formatting of his text is wrong. Yeah. So, a lot of the people who were originally in Castletown managed to get away and escape to Kakariko Village. If we head up here, you can see that includes this guy, who we have no use for yet. Still. Please, with C! Please sell me the contents of a bottle, please, with C! Okay, man, you know what? Do you want a fairy? Too bad. How about that, huh? And I'll smack you in the face with a bottle and a sword for good measure. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, this includes the bazaar. Welcome. Oh wait, you were British before. We moved here from the castle town. I know times are tough, but I hope you'll be a steady customer for us. We can still buy the Hylian Shield, Deku Nuts, Recovery Heart, and Bombs, as well as arrows, which we have no use for yet, and Deku Sticks. Sells mostly the exact same stuff, but he escaped. That's good. As well as that, Matt Mercer escaped. Welcome. An old witch runs the potion shop behind this one. You can get to that shop through the door to the left of the counter. True. We never actually showed that. He also just sells the same stuff, so whatever. But back here, We do have an easy path back here now. I don't know if this was here before, but I guess you could also use that to get the cuckoos, maybe? If it does exist in the past. We never entered this potion shop.
I heard that the Lost Woods, where fairies live, is a strange place with many mysterious smells. I wish I could just once make medicine with some of the strange things I might find there. I may not be able to see very well anymore, but my nose still works fine.
Yeah, she may run a potion shop, but she won't actually sell us anything, so... I guess the other guy's potion shop has the advantage economically. Okay, I have to climb over. I can't backflip like a badass. Hello, sir.
The windmill draws water up from the depth of the well. Now the well is dried up, though.
As he said, over to the well next. Be careful not to jump in, because it is very deep and very empty. I'm gonna fall in, though, because I can grab the ladder. Yeah. Not even a bomb will get us through here. Spoilers, geez, it hasn't even blown up yet. We can't get through there right now. But the bomb has dried up? The well has dried up. Yeah. The shooting gallery is here as well, as we saw, and we'll see coming up here. It's right there. We can't do the shooting gallery right now because we can't use the slingshot as an adult, and we don't have any adult shooty thing, so yeah. The House of Skulltula is still standing, and there will be gold Skulltulas, as we've seen. There was one near Ganon's castle. This old man. One of my favorite NPCs design-wise. He doesn't really do anything, though.
A long time ago, there was a man in this village who had an eye they say could see the truth. Now, usually, you have to train your mind's eye most strenuously to actually see the truth. But this fella, no, they say he had a different way of doing things. His house stood where the well is now.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we'll be learning more about that later. And last place I really want to visit before moving on to the main goal here. Sorry, I see a crate. I have to roll into it. Is Impa's house.
Hey, young man, a grown boy like you entering a person's house without permission? I want to talk to your parents. Oh well. This isn't my house anyway. This is the Great Impa's house. The Great Impa has gone to the graveyard to seal up the humongous creature there. Since Ganondorf appeared, many monsters have been sighted around here. Only the Great Impa has kept peace in our village. You have to remember that, young man. Oh well. Speaking of the Great Impa, she hasn't come back yet. I wonder what happened to her. I heard that the ghost of the gravekeeper often appears in the graveyard behind this village, but no big deal.
I hate voicing him. Why did I give him that voice? Hello, cow. Your sentence still isn't up after 7 years, huh? I'm sorry, buddy. So, there's not much to do in Kakariko Village right now itself. We instead want to head to the graveyard. Actually, I want to talk to you. Hello, cuckoo lady.
I bred a new type of miniature cuckoo. I call it the pocket cuckoo. I don't get goosebumps from this baby. Cuckoos are very good at getting lazy, late risers out of bed. Haven't you heard of them before? It makes them very happy to crow, cuckoo! Especially when it wakes up a very heavy sleeper. However, my cuckoo is not entirely happy right now. You look like you're good at handling cuckoos. Here, take this egg. After the cuckoo hatches, bring it back to me after a while, and I'll check out its mood. What do you think? Will you try?
Not right now.
Oh, too bad. Were you pecked by a cuckoo when you were little?
You could say that. Yeah, we'll be doing that later because that is part of a much larger quest and one I do not have time for right now and one that we can't even complete yet. That's the sort of quest that I'd rather complete all at once, so we're going to be waiting until we can do that. Instead, let's head into the graveyard. In the graveyard, heart-pounding grave digging tours. Tours are canceled until a new gravekeeper is found. We apologize for any inconvenience. As that says, we can head into the hut. Read the diary.
Whoever reads this, please enter my grave. I'll let you have my stretching, shrinking keepsake. I'm waiting for you, Dampe.
Yeah. In the 7 years, Dampe passed away. It's unknown whether he was killed, which seems kind of unlikely, or if he passed away peacefully. I choose to believe peacefully, because he was just kind of a lovable goof who partook in a little bit of grave robbery for fun. You know how it is. Something I never mentioned in the last episode, because we didn't do a lot of fighting, is that the Master Sword deals the same amount of damage as a Deku Stick as a kid, so it's pretty powerful. It's twice as strong as the Kukiri Sword. It'll deal with some enemies we fought as kids much faster, including Pose. Using the magic bean plant that sprouted from a magic bean we planted as a kid, we can now get up here to get this heart piece. Yeah. So that's going to be the main use of the magic beans we planted and will continue to plant at some point, because we still have 2 beans and that's going to torment me forever. But we've planted 8 of them, which means there are 8 of these throughout Hyrule that'll lead us to various places. For now, pull back this grave. There's no kid who will tell Dampe, because Dampe's dead and the kid is gone. Grown up, presumably. I do want to bring up a theory I've heard before that I kind of like. The kid who used to be here was a little bit messed up. He was always stomping around with a stick and liked Dampe not because he was funny, but because he was scary. He also really wanted the spooky mask, a mask made out of a piece of a coffin, enough that he paid, well, full price, but he didn't have to pay full price for it, so he chose to. Yeah. As soon as we woke up for an adult, we met the man in the ghost shop, who carries a stick and will pay you money for selling him Pose. The ghosts of dead people. This theory states that this child and the creepy ghost shop guy are one and the same. There are obviously many points against this. First of all, that kid looked younger than Link, and Link was 10 years old as a child. That kid couldn't have been older than 7 or 8, meaning he'd be around 14 or 15, while the ghost shop guy is definitely an adult. At least based on vibes. Also, the ghost shop guy doesn't have a face. That's a slightly bigger discrepancy. And also, the ghost shop guy is like 100% the guard who was in that gatehouse before. Just based on his dialogue if you speak to him at night. Still, it's a weird little theory that I like a lot. Alright. Let's jump in. This grave was not here before. We still jump because it's 1.0 G's. In here.
Young man, are you fast on your feet? I may not look like it, but I'm confident in my speed. Let's have a race. Follow me if you dare.
Alright. Basically, you just want to follow the left wall. And don't run into his fire. The fire's basically there in case you lose track of him, so you know where it is, but it will still burn you if you step directly in it. Just follow Dampe. It's really not that hard. I say follow the left wall, but, like, it's not that bad. There are more detailed instructions than that, too. The left wall will not always lead you to the right place, but yeah. You have to follow him fast, because eventually these stone doors he goes through will close behind him. He went this way. Okay. I'm trying to just follow him. I can't really read my notes at the same time, so I'm really trying to just focus on where he's going, and I'll tell you the exact instructions as soon as I can. I promise. How did Dampe dig this out? It's implied that he dug his own grave, which, like, I guess good for him if he's a gravekeeper. But, like, there's, like, stone flooring and everything. We need to go up around here to catch up to him. Any minute now. Okay. Just barely made it. Okay, that's good. Hello. Okay. Follow the left wall. After you go through the first door, hug the right wall until you get to the big room. Go through the right exit, then take a left and a right. After that, go along the right side and then climb either the left or straight ledge to follow the path until the end. Or just follow him.
The time of this race was 1 minute 14 seconds. Young man, you were very quick to be able to keep up with me. As a reward, I'm going to give you my treasure. It's called the hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where a took sticks. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm sure it'll help you. I live here now, so come back again sometime. I'll give you something cool. One more thing. Be careful on your way back.
Opening this chest. Obviously, because what else are you to do with a chest? The hook shot. It's a spring-loaded chain that you can cast out to hook things. You can use it to drag distant items toward you, or you can use it to pull yourself toward something. While holding C, you can aim with the control stick. Shoot it by releasing C. As that said, this is basically, at the moment, our replacement for the boomerang and slingshot. We can aim it at things, it will hurt enemies, and it can pull items to you. It goes in just a straight line. It's a lot simpler than the boomerang, honestly, all things considered, so yeah. Examples of things you can grab onto include torches and chests. It's worth keeping that in mind. There will be points that are specifically made for you to hook onto them as well, and we'll be seeing those as soon as we can, but yeah. She's worried about Saria, okay. So these blocks.
Hey, isn't that the same design that's on the Door of Time?
That is our hint to take out our ocarina and play the Song of Time. Which is definitely that fast. The blocks will disappear. What they technically did is move elsewhere, but we can't get to where they moved in this particular instance, so yeah. Now we can head up the staircase to find we're in the windmill. I can't remember if we ever actually entered the windmill. Can you reach that from here? No, you can't. The hookshot doesn't have a very long range right now, so yeah. Anyway. Heart piece, 19 in total so far. That's nice. Yeah, apparently all of this wood is hookshotable, which is kind of nice. Except for that, apparently. Also that, so we need to jump if we're gonna stay on. 7 years ago, we might have come in here. I really don't remember if we did, but if we did, we spoke to this guy. It's just a very normal guy then. Now he is a very angry guy.
I'll never forgive what happened on that day 7 years ago. It's all that Ocarina Kid's fault. Next time he comes around here, I'm gonna mess him up.
Ocarina Kid, you say?
What? You've got an ocarina? What the heck? That reminds me of that time 7 years ago. Back then, a mean kid came here and played a strange song. It messed up this windmill. I'll never forget this song.
Well, that's not how you play it. It definitely wasn't me who did that, because I can't even play the damn song. Jesus! Oh my god. There we go. This is definitely the hardest one to play without C buttons.
Oh no, a storm again! You played the ocarina again, didn't you?
So yeah, it's storming inside. The windmill has started going way too fast. No wonder he's angry. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we'll be worrying more about that later. The Song of Storms has uses, but right now it's really just play it to make it rain. For example, you can make it rain anywhere, including inside buildings if the windmill is to be trusted, so yeah. Something interesting about Kakariko Village is there's that opening now behind the windmill. It's possible to get up there now, I'm pretty sure, so maybe I should find a way to do that, but I'm not going to. The only thing up there is a cuckoo in the higher entrance up there. wherever it is. I don't know where it is. It might be on the other side of it, but yeah, there is a cuckoo up. Oh no, I see it. Okay. Yeah, there is a cuckoo up in the windmill, but there's literally no other reason to go up there, so I'm not actually gonna bother. Anyway, now that we have the hook shot, there's a lot of things we can do. A lot of it is going to be saved for later, but we'll be doing what we can at least. First things first, we're going to be heading back to Dampe's grave because he said we should. I need to choose if I'm going to call him Dampe or Dampe. Dampe sounds better. Back in Dampe's grave.
Young man, are you fast on your feet? I may not look like it, but I'm confident in my speed. Let's have a race. Follow me if you dare.
All right. This time around, we want to finish the race in less than a minute, which I have never done before. So I guess I'm going to hope for the best. Straight. There are redeads in here now, apparently. Dampe, what the hell? In here? Oh man, I was really hoping we'd be able to just hook shot over to that torch, but no. We're gonna have to do this a lot faster. Okay. Okay, here I go. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh man, a second too late.
The time of this race was 1 minute and 1 second. You're back, young man. Was the present I gave to you fun and useful?
Oh, at least I got 20 rupees. I'm glad there is a consolation prize, but we need to finish it in less than a minute. 1 second, 1 minute, okay. Please tell me this was good enough.
The time of this race was 1 minute. You're back, young man. Was the present I gave you fun and useful?
1 minute is enough. If you make it in exactly a minute, you're good. That was terrifying, okay. Piece of heart for winning! And that adds our second row of hearts. That's so satisfying. That is the one to give us our second row. To start our second row specifically. Oh my god. Okay. Never doing that again. It's not that bad. It only took me like 4 attempts. Once you memorize the route especially, it's not very hard, and the main obstacle just becomes dodging the fire that he throws at you, so yeah. Next, back in Kakariko Village, we want to jump up on this fence, get over here, and use the hook shot on this roof. Which we can reach, I just have to be carefuler with my aiming. Okay, I just need to do a nicer angle. The hookshot reaches farther than I think it can, so I'm just not being nice to myself with my aiming. Hello, sir.
Hey, good to see you again. I'll give you this as a memento.
21 heart pieces. We are collecting these like they are nothing lately. Yeah. All right. Next, we want to head to Impa's house. But we need it to be nighttime. Up at the ledge at Impa's house, we want to use the hook shot to get on top of the House of Skulltula. And then, from there, onto the roof of Impa's house. During the nighttime specifically, this is where we will find our next gold Skulltula, which we can kill in 1 hit now. That's so nice, by the way. There's one more thing I want to show. At the entrance of Kakariko Village is this house we entered before. This is just sort of a lodging house, but by the snoring you can tell. Hi, Mario.
Malon, doing all right? Sorry to make you worry.
Yeah, he's sleeping here.
Look at him, the man with the beard. I think he was fired from his job at the ranch. He's always just lazing around morning, noon, and night. He's an awfully carefree guy during such hard times. All people have hardships in their past that they would rather no one found out about. Look at the bearded man sleeping over there. I bet even someone like him has had his share of troubles in the past.
Yeah. He's taking it pretty hard. Hard enough that he's just sleeping 24/7, which maybe he should talk to a doctor about, honestly. Ignoring the fact that Talon, of course, is free to go back to the ranch now. Ingo's just a normal worker now. Talon has employees to pay now. Also, something I didn't mention, but just sort of demonstrated on my own, Epona can't enter Kakariko Village. She'll start backing up as soon as you try to get her up the stairs, so yeah. Settlements like that, Castletown, which we're about to go to, Kokiri Forest, anywhere like that, Epona won't be able to enter. It's mostly locked to the field and a few other areas. Now that we have the hook shot, we can head back to Ganon's castle in order to get this gold Skulltula. The only thing stopping us was that we couldn't have reached it, and apparently the hookshot is as powerful as the Master Sword. The tool of evil's bane. Now, with the hookshot in hand, we have a couple options for what temple we're going to be heading to first. We were told that there was one on Death Mountain, or at least it was alluded to by Sheik that there's one on Death Mountain, but we were told specifically that we should head to the one in the forest first. At this moment, we are free to go to either of those, and there's also stuff we can do in the Lost Woods or Zora's Domain. Also, we have all of the gold Skulltulas in Kakariko Village now, and that is so satisfying to see. Anyway, pretty obviously, we are going to be going to Kokiri Forest first. However, there are going to be a few moments throughout the game where we're capable of making a decision on what temple we want to tackle first. I am going to be taking advantage of exactly one of these. I am going to be doing one temple out of order. For people who have played the game, it's going to be up to you to guess which one I'm going to do out of order, I guess. But for now, I'm going to be doing them in order because Kokiri Forest is the pretty obvious place to go, even just for story purposes. Next time on The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, we're heading home. See you guys then.